The Dream 3 is officially intact in South Florida. LBJ, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade greeted for the first time as a group by Heat fans yesterday in American Airlines Center. A welcome fit for a king or three. Smoke, strobe lights, bumping music, the whole shebang for the trio of superstars. All three inked 6-year deals Friday. LeBron and Bosh both get $110 million over 6 years after completing signing trades from Cleveland and Toronto for future picks. Wade, meanwhile, re-signed for slightly less at $107 million. This all part of the sacrifice that they were willing to make to win championships. LeBron says they can bring Pat Riley down from the front office and get the job done. Bron, don't know if you already knew, but you have to have 13 signed to take the floor. Right now they have 4 signed. LeBron, Wade, Bosh, and Mario Chalmers are still working to fill that roster out. Obviously, they're talking with Mike Miller, possibly a 5-year deal for $25 million. They need a shooter. Is he the way to go?
Well, I think without a doubt, and like you mentioned, Kyle, the sacrifice. So by taking less, they gave themselves around $8.3 million in cap space. So Mike Miller, as you said, will probably take up around a little over $4 million that first year. Mike is a career 40% three-point shooter, shot 48% from three this year. So that fills one need. They need to surround their star players with shooting and inside basket protection. So you look at guys like Mike Miller, Derek Fisher, Udonis Haslem, guys that fit in that mold.
You mentioned Derek Fisher, and they could also use another solid point guard. Fisher met with Pat Riley today, Ron. Can he pull another rabbit out of his hat and lure Fish away from L.A. to Miami?
Let me tell you, if it is to be, Pat Riley will make it happen. I think I like the idea of going after a guy like a Derek Fisher because he's mature, he understands, he's won 5 titles, he understands how to manipulate a team when you have a lot of all-stars and a lot of pieces like that team now has. But even more importantly, I think it's important to go after a guy like Udonis Haslem. Get him back in the fold. He's a guy that you need to fortify the middle. He understands Pat Riley's ways. He understands what it's like to be a Miami Heat. I think that's one of the things that they're going to try to go hard after doing is trying to get him locked down because he understands what it's like to be a Miami Heat, and it's not another piece that you'll have to change. And he's one of those glue guys that doesn't demand a lot of attention. But in covering Mike Miller this year with the Washington Wizards, I got a chance to see up close. He's a guy that I think naturally fits in with those guys. He doesn't demand the ball. He can play off of people. He can knock down open shots. He can put the ball on the floor. He can penetrate and set guys up when he has to as well. So he naturally becomes a complementary player when you look at the team that they will have.
Well, getting back to Derek Fisher, Coach, how could he change the landscape? Let's say the Heat and the Lakers meet in the finals. He's with the Heat. How might that change the entire game?
Well, first of all, I have a hard time believing he's leaving the Lakers. I think Kobe's going to have a rope around his waist. He's not letting him get that far. I think he just wanted to go visit, maybe Joe Stonecrab. But at the end of the day, look, the thing that stands out about Derek Fisher outside of the 5 rings are all the big shots he's made to save the Lakers. So if the Lakers and the Heat, which I think is very, very premature to already ordain the Heat in the finals, but if they do meet, I would put my money that Derek Fisher will be in a Laker jersey.
Well, the hang-up now is that Fisher wants to be paid. The Lakers offered him a 1-year deal for $2.5 million. He wants a little bit more than that. So that's the hang-up in L.A. So we'll see what happens there. You take a look at Fisher's numbers, and you're not blown away by his career numbers, but the key number there, I don't know if you saw it at the bottom there, 5. You mentioned it earlier. 5 championships. That experience is obviously immeasurable.
Without a doubt, you can't replace the leadership. Obviously, Dwayne Wade on that team is the only one with the championship ring. When you have someone like Derek Fisher, who has dealt with all the different types of adversity that you face in the season, in a playoff series, he's a calming influence. And you remember during the finals, Kobe Bryant said the only teammate he really listens to is Derek Fisher. So when you have 3 big-time players like LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, you need a veteran that they will listen to. If Derek Fisher ever did get away from Kobe's rope, they would listen to him.
Well, I think everybody's listening to Kobe. He says he wants Fish back, so I'm guessing that Fish will be back.